So basically, in order for us to free this cable, we're gonna have to take the whole lock unit out. In order for us to do that, I had to unhook the plastic right here. Sorry, the plastic here. I had to undo the screw that holds this, pull this out, undo the 10 millimeter bolt here to undo the rail, and then for the rail you just pull the rail out. It's just basically a rubber sleeve goes through it. You'll be able to put that back in, just slide it in, and it'll slide into an opening there. And then now what we need to do here is we need to remove the door. Basically this is the handle that opens. Can't zoom in on it. Here we go. So basically you end up pushing this clip upwards and then pulling this outwards. That's to release the door. Now what we need to do is somehow also undo the rod that basically locks and unlocks the lock itself. So if you were to put a key on the outside, it basically unlocks the thing. And for that, the rod there is a green tab inside here. I'm sorry about the lighting, but there's a green tab in there that needs to be pulled out. I don't know if you're able to see that. Okay, right there. Somewhere right there. So we're just gonna go ahead, and the tab is gonna get pushed that way, and then the rod will come out. So let me get that started, and then we'll show you. Basically, in order for you to remove that tab, what you have to do is you have to put your hand through here, and then go all the way to the back of that thing. The green cable has a tab on it. You undo the tab, you pull the tab towards you, and it will unlock itself. And then basically pull the cable this way, and you should be out. Okay, once this is out, basically you're going to... Okay, here we go. Once this is out, you're going to undo these two clips, and this whole unit should fall right out. And once that is out, it's pretty simple. We're going to open up this screw here. This holds the plastic shield in place, and as you can see, this is the cable end that we need to remove. So once this plastic cover goes off, we can get to it. So let me get the screw removed and this cover pulled off. Basically the cover will pull off in the direction of my thumb, away from the unit. So basically, in undoing this plastic thing, turns out there is a small nib right here. Remove the plastic piece, this plastic piece from there. The next thing you do is there's a metal tab that you can end up pushing up against, and if you can hold this, this should start to come off. And here we go. Basically that was it. Now basically what we're gonna do here, sorry for the lighting, the battery keeps dying. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna undo, I'm gonna pull this clip this way, and once I pull this clip towards me, this should pop out. Put the new cable in its place, pull the old cable out from there, put it back, put the new one in, put it in place, and then we're gonna get it plastic back on top, the plastic cover back on top, put this plastic piece back on. Once you've got that back in place, you want to get this thing situated back into the opening so that you can put the electrical plugs back into it, lift it in place and hold it with one screw through the front of the door panel. Basically hold it in place through one of these bolts, preferably one of this, and then reattach the two arms. One of them goes to the lock, the second one goes to the thing. Basically you will slide the rod into the locking for the lock in this way through the hole, and then push the green tab this way. In other words, 90 to your left, and that should secure that. Once you've done this, the rod that goes into the door handle goes into the hole in this fashion, and then the plastic tab will go over and around. So it'll come from the top and it'll go down and into it, and that'll be in place. Then you simply slide this back in to the rubber into this rubber part right here, slide it back all the way up, reattach this, and you're pretty much done almost. And then you just basically reroute the cable back through here. And I apologize, I thought this was going to be a quick deal, but the sun went down before I could get to it. So let me get this closed up. Okay, quickly before my battery runs out again, you can see that that's in place. You can see, hopefully, oh no you can't, but the green tab is also in place. I've got this put back in through here. I have this back in place, got the clip, got the cable routed to the right location. Make sure this is back in, make sure the track is in. Before you put everything back again, connect your window connect your power window switch here, and make sure that the window goes up and down. Make sure everything's operational before you start closing this up. So we're good to go right now to close everything because everything works. I just got to make sure that I put this plastic piece back in place and put the screw in that's missing. So that's about it. Once I get that in, I'm going to go ahead and install the panel first. Then I'm going to install the handle from inside the opening and slide the panel in. Let me get that started so I can show you what that looks like. Okay, so one of the things that I'm doing this time differently is installing this door handle afterwards. You basically slide it in, push it in place, make sure this plastic tab is up on top, slide this pin in, and then shut the plastic pin back on it. It should click in place. Now we simply will going to slide this in and close it. One other thing that I did before I put the panel back on is close the door. Make sure your door unlocks from the outside, locks from the outside, and the door handles work. And before you do that, don't do what I did, and that is to make sure the key's in your hand rather than inside the car. Alright, so I'm going to quickly go ahead and put this back together, and then put this back in, snap it in place, and then we're done. If you want to see any other questions about how to remove the panel, basically head on over to the link below. I've got that that shows you how to remove it. Just when you're removing it, just be careful when you do pull it up. If you're going to leave the handle in place, is to make sure this plastic tip is pulled out before you pull the panel too far this way. Otherwise you're going to do what I did, and that is break that plastic tip and go from a 2-second job to a literally 20-minute job. Anyhow, I hope this helped you out, and if you have any questions, post them down below. And again, I apologize for the poor lighting. Thank you. So in this video, what we're going to show you is how to replace a bad cable. Basically, the door was not operating from inside. It turns out that stub had broken. That is what is being held in place at this lip right here, which allows you to pull on the cable. And since that broke, the inside lever was not working. So I've done another video already that shows how to remove this door panel, because we had to fix something else. We had to change this door stop thing. So anyhow, one thing that I will recommend on top of what I did before was to make sure that you unscrew, and then pull this up and out. That may be the reason why we must have fractured or broken that, because then you don't have to lift it too far up. So right now we've got this all loosened. Can you pull it out? And removed. The other thing now that you want to do is, well, let me show you the part first. So this is the part number right here that we're using for this car. There's the thing. There's a plastic stab that's going to go into here, into there. What we're going to do is we're going to pull this back using a knife. Just cut away at the glue. You don't want to pull this and end up ripping it apart. We're going to have to undo this whole area so that we can get to the door. And we'll show you what that looks like when I get there in a few minutes. All right.